The superhero units make their triumphant return, but are they worth your 400 red coins? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan Battle video for you here today. We are taking a look at the Goku Day Dual Dokkan Fest God Goku banner and the Int Beerus banner, and of course taking a look at the return of the AGL Gohan and Gamma 1 and STR Gamma 2 and Piccolo, and determining whether or not they are worth your 400 red coins. Now, first off, before we jump into that determination, let's hit up a few things. Number one, all right, if you are missing the LR Majin Vegeta, the Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, or the LR Daima Vegeta, Daima Goku, the Anniversary and Saiyan Day Dokkan Fest LRs, you definitely should prioritize saving your red coins for these guys, as they are going to be the greatest benefit when they return, likely here in July, if not by September during GDC. So let's get that out of the way. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the returning units. Let's start with the AGL Gamma 1 and Gohan. They are a movie heroes lead, hybrid Saiyans, mission execution, with a sub-lead for superheroes and bond of parent-child and androids. Gohan is stacking defense infinitely while greatly raising attack for the turn. He gets Key 2, attack defense 250%, guards all attacks, damage reduction rate 10%, and for 5 turns from his entry turn, he launches an additional super attack with 58% damage reduction. Starting from the 6th turn from his entry turn, he has a 58% chance of evading an attack, and when there's another superhero's ally attacking the same turn, his attack defense 250%, launches an additional attack, and has a chance for one critical hit 58%. After receiving an attack, he gets a permanent 300% attack boost, and after receiving a super attack, he gets 58% defense, damage reduction rate 10%, and buffs allies, superhero allies 10% for 2 turns. When receiving an unarmed super attack, he has 158% defense, damage reduction rate 20%, and buffs superhero allies for another 20% for 2 turns. Starting from the 4th turn, he can exchange with Gamma 1. Now, he does have an active skill that will recover his HP and remove all negative effects to give him Key 12 and 158% attack for the turn. It can be activated when you fall below 58% or from the 3rd turn from his entry turn. So really powerful active skill, allows him to deal big damage numbers. Now, if you switch into Gamma 1, you gain greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn. So no longer are we stacking, but you gain 250% attack, Key 2, guard, damage reduction, and 20%, 250% attack defense when there's another superhero on the turn, launches an additional super attack, and a 70% chance of performing a critical hit, and gets 300% attack when attacking with 12 or more key. With a Key Sphere obtained, he gets a permanent 150% attack increase, as well as buffing Defenders of Justice by 100% attack. When receiving a super attack, he gets defense 50%, damage reduction rate 20%, and superhero allies 10% attack and defense for 2 turns. When receiving a Key Blast super, they get additional defense 100%, damage reduction rate 30%, and buffing superhero allies for 20%. So one is designed to tank unarmed supers, the other is designed to tank Key Blast supers. Now, the trick between both of them is Gamma 1 not so much, but Gohan especially wants to be the one to take the super. He wants to go in slot 1 and take a super before anything else to gain the most out of his kit and his defense. Without that, he tends to learn, he tends to get a little stuck on the defense. He can take a lot of damage from normals, but for the most part, most bosses do tend to super slot 1, which allow him to gain the most out of his defense. On the other side of things, we have the Gamma 2 and Piccolo. All right, you get Key 2, skipping ahead here. He does lead superheroes and special payloads and Battle of Wits for 200% HP, attack defense 170 with a sub lead for movie heroes, accelerated battle, and bond of master and disciple. He raises attack infinitely and greatly raises defense for the turn, right? So one's attack, one's defense. He gets key 2, 250% attack defense, launches an additional attack, great chance of performing a critical hit, great chance of evasion, and for 5 turns launches an additional attack. For every that has a 70% chance to become a super attack. For every attack performed, permanent defense increase up to 250%, right? Chance to perform a critical hit and evading 3% up to 15 permanently. And as the second or third attacker turn, he gets 250% attack defense, 20% damage reduction, and buffs superhero allies and artificial life forms for 20% for 2 turns. When attacking as the third attacker, he launches an additional attack with a 70% chance to become a super. Starting from the 4th turn, he can exchange with Piccolo. His active skill will give him a base attack and defense raised by 30% in battle. Speaking of which, I did forget to bring up, right, Gamma 2's active skill will buff for 3 turns superheroes and androids allies by 20%. Now, switching into Piccolo, he becomes a lot more defensive. He gains attack defense for 1 turn, and key 2, attack defense 250%, launches an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super attack, damage reduction rate 50%, attack 150% with 12 or more key, chance of forming a critical hit, and launches an additional super attack. And when the target enemy is 50% or less, he has an additional chance of performing a critical hit and launches an additional attack. With 1 key super obtained, he gains guard. As a first or second attacker turn, he has defense 200%, damage reduction rate 20%, superhero allies 20%, and demonic power allies 20% for 2 turns. When attacking as the second attacker, 250% attack, defense 150%, and superheroes key 2 for 2 turns. His active skill will massively raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to enemies, and superhero allies attack defense for 40%. So they're designed to work in tandem with another, right? So it's really difficult to run just one of them. You really need both of them, right? Because they're designed to buff each other for those active skill turns to really push the limits of what they can do. So I would say in a vacuum, they are good. They are worth your coins, but right, if you're only missing one, I would say Gamma 1 is probably going to be your priority, right? If you're missing him, then go for Gamma 2, right? But if you're missing both of them, Gamma 1 is your, and Gohan are your priority, because you could easily set up a team with these guys as your friend lead. But these guys are going to be more beneficial as a whole. But you really want to, if you have the 800 coins to spare, I would say it's probably worth to pick up both of them, provided you have those other characters we pointed out. So I do think they are worth it in a vacuum. But again, you have to consider, right, are you missing any of the anniversary LRs as well? If you are missing God Goku and Beerus, right, I would say that they probably should also take priority over that. If you didn't summon on the Golden Week, you didn't get these guys, then I would definitely say they, especially God Goku, should probably take priority over all of them. The only other major TUR that could be considered worthy is probably Deborah. He will likely return probably around August. And he is definitely worth it, but I don't think he is. I don't think you should prioritize him over the superhero units. I do think the superhero units are going to be better for your box than him. He's very niche. He needs specific setups to work best. And if you don't have those setups, then, you know, it's not, you know, he is one of the best TURs, but again, it does require that setup. If you don't have the units to set that up, then these guys are your priority. So again, in a vacuum, they are worth it, provided you can pick up both. If you can only pick up one, then the priority should go to Gamma 1 and Gohan. All right. So guys, that is it for our video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, who did you end up picking up with your coins? Did you end up picking up either one of these? Did you summon and pick up some of these guys? Let us know your experience with the superhero units in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.